What's up, friends? Got another weapon to show you that I made. Obviously it's this one, but there's a longer story to this. So my older brother Jeremy recently sent me this, which is a Todd Cutler stiletto, something I have coveted. If you don't know, Todd is one of the best weapon makers alive today, and through Todd's workshop and Todd Cutler, he makes some of the best quality for cost weapons that you can get a hold of, this stiletto being one of them. So my older brother Jeremy sent me this stiletto, and I wanted to make him a weapon in exchange. So I made him this. This I call Ghost. It's a buffalo bone boot knife. The blade is made out of polished buffalo bone, and the handle is made out of a branch of a pin oak tree. So here's why I made this knife. Our farm is on Cherokee land, and pretty recently I went to the Cherokee Cultural Festival in Tahlequah, which is the seat of the Cherokee government. It's about 30 minutes away from here. And there were a lot of arts and crafts, and there was an older Cherokee gentleman who had made a spear with a head exactly like this. It was this. I mean, it wasn't this one, but it was identical to this blade. So I asked him what it was made out of, and he said it was polished buffalo bone. And I said, "Oh, that's awesome, sir. Did you make it yourself?" And he said, "Hell no, I ordered it online." So I went on either Etsy or eBay, I can't remember at this point, but sure enough, this polished buffalo bone blade was only like $7 or $8, and it comes from a bead company. So I ordered it, and the time came when I decided to go ahead and make a knife out of it for Jeremy. Some of the reasons I call this Ghost: one, it's got sort of an all-white color scheme to it, but also it is made out of wood, tree bones, and buffalo bone. So it's made out of corpse material from both plants and animals. Also, this whole thing only weighs 2.4 ounces. It is exactly 9 inches long, 4 inches in the handle, and 5 inches in the blade, which is perfect for a boot knife. What else? It's not going to set off a metal detector. And it probably would stab a ghost. I'm pretty sure it would stab a ghost. The handle wood, the oak, was trimmed from a tree that grows over my stepdad's headstone. So it's a pretty meaningful tree, pretty meaningful spot on the farm. I think I showed you in my last video when I was down there in the far northern pasture where my stepdad Scott's headstone is. I cut a branch off of that oak tree. Well, this is that branch now, all sanded down. The blade is epoxied into place. This tang maybe only goes down to here, but that's pretty traditional for this type of knife to just be epoxied in, about an inch and a half. This actually has a really good flex. If I had two hands, I could show you a little better. But this bone has a tiny amount of flex to it, but it's otherwise pretty rigid. So I think this is absolutely usable. Probably not that effective at cutting. I don't know what kind of an edge you could put on this. Although Jeremy is excellent at sharpening knives, so I'm going to let him handle that part. I'm going to let him put a razor edge and a needle point on this. But I think this would just be kind of like a stone-bladed knife, more meant for thrusting. Yeah, that's it. That's Ghost. Ghost, the buffalo bone bladed boot knife. I love alliteration. Jeremy, I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for the stiletto. It was a pleasure to make this knife.